In a moment that sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe, Roman Reigns made his dramatic return to Monday Night Raw, his presence commanding, his message unmistakable. With the arena lights low and the crowd erupting in disbelief, the tribal chief stepped onto the ramp with a storm in his eyes and a purpose in his stride. He didn't need a long speech, just 4 chilling words. "I'm coming for you." Aimed directly at Paul Heyman, the man who once stood loyally by his side. Those words echoed louder than any promo. This wasn't just a return, it was personal, a reckoning. And the look on Roman's face said it all. He's not back to play games, he's back to take everything. A clash. Years in the making. Paul Heyman is no stranger to WWE's spotlight. Known as the Advocate, he has crafted legends, manipulated rivalries, and woven narratives that have kept fans on the edge of their seats for decades. His relationship with Roman Reigns is complex, a tangled web of loyalty, strategy, and power plays. Together, they have been a force that reshaped the landscape of WWE, with Heyman often serving as the strategic mastermind behind Roman's unstoppable rise. Yet, beneath the surface of this alliance, tension has been quietly building. Their partnership, while successful, has been tested by ambition, pride, and the relentless hunger for supremacy. Heyman's influence on Roman has often sparked debate. Is he truly an advocate, or does he have his own game to play? Roman's warning on Raw was more than just a declaration. It was a signal that the balance of power between these two titans was about to shift, perhaps dramatically. The moment that stole the show. Roman's words hung heavy in the arena. The crowd buzzed with speculation and excitement, the energy thick with the promise of an epic showdown. The camera cut to Paul Heyman, who was watching from backstage, his face a mixture of contemplation and intrigue. There was no panic, no rush, just the cool calculation of a man who knows the game inside and out. Roman's presence alone was enough to remind everyone why he is the head of the table. But this return wasn't just about reclaiming a throne or sending a message. It was about raw, unapologetic determination, the kind that has defined Roman Reigns throughout his career. Relentless, focused, and fiercely protective of his legacy. As he finished his statement, the crowd erupted again, some chanting his name, others eagerly waiting for the inevitable response from Heyman. The tension was palpable, a powder keg ready to explode. More than a rivalry, a story of power and pride. What makes this moment so captivating is the deeply human story beneath the spectacle. Roman Reigns isn't just a wrestler. He's a man carrying the weight of expectation, not only his own, but those of generations before him. The Samoan heritage, the legacy of his family, and the mantle of being the tribal chief come with immense responsibility. Paul Heyman, meanwhile, represents the voice of reason and manipulation in this story. He's the strategist, the puppet master, the man who can lift champions or dismantle them with a single word. Their dynamic is like a chess match played at lightning speed, with stakes that go far beyond titles or fame. Roman's return to Raw, punctuated by his 4-word ultimatum, sets the stage for a new chapter. It's a story about power, trust, and the fragility of alliances. Fans aren't just watching a wrestling match. They are witnessing the unfolding of a saga that will test the limits of loyalty and ambition. The WWE Universe Reacts social media exploded within moments of Roman's declaration. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and wrestling forums, dissecting every nuance of his words and predicting what's next. Some hailed the moment as a defining chapter in WWE history, praising Roman's commanding presence and the raw emotion behind his warning. Others speculated on Heyman's possible response, debating whether he would side with Roman, betray him, or play an entirely new angle to shake things up. "What's next is going to be fire," one fan wrote. Roman didn't just come back to Raw, he came back to dominate, to remind everyone why he's the head of the table. The buzz was unanimous. Roman Reigns' return was not just a comeback, it was a declaration of war. Looking ahead, what this means for WWE. Roman's warning to Paul Heyman is more than a tease. It's a promise that the WWE landscape is about to be shaken to its core. The coming weeks on Raw will be charged with anticipation as the two powerhouses navigate a path that could lead to alliances shattered, unexpected betrayals, and epic showdowns. For Roman, it's about proving once again that he is the undisputed tribal chief, a man whose will and strength command respect and fear. For Heyman, it's about protecting his influence, maintaining control, and perhaps redefining his role in this ongoing saga. One thing is certain: when these two collide, the consequences will ripple throughout WWE for months to come. Fans will be glued to their screens, waiting for every twist, every sharp word, every moment of tension that can only come from a battle between two legends. Roman Reigns, the man, the myth, the head of the table. What truly sets Roman apart is his ability to blend fierce competitiveness with a deeply human core. His return to Raw was not just about power, it was about identity. The tribal chief is a protector of his family, a guardian of his legacy, and a man who fights not only for glory, but for honor. When Roman declared, "I'm coming for you," it wasn't just a challenge to Paul Heyman. It was a promise to himself and the WWE Universe that he will never back down, never lose focus, and never stop proving why he belongs at the very top. As the smoke settled and the crowd's cheers echoed into the night, one thing was clear. The saga between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. Stay informed, stay updated. Hit that subscribe button.